Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spitball and Sports. I'm John with my co-host Scott. How's it going, Scott?
Good, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. Busy week of NHL stuff. Really busy.
Yeah.
Yes. And today was the deadline, but not much happened because it happened all week. And I think I always think of it in NFL perspective sometimes, but like with these sports that have 80 games and stuff, I get why they don't wait because you want to get those players in a little bit sooner because there's so many games to play, and get them into the mix. So because watching the Leafs, they had back-to-back games on Wednesday and Thursday, and they made all their trades earlier. And that first game since the deadline, since they made their trades, they were really kind of a little bit. No one didn't know what to do with each other. It looked like they were very, because they hadn't played with each other hardly at all, and it was they got beat by Edmonton. And I'm going to tell you something else, Scott, about Edmonton, the Oilers. McDavid is unbelievable. He is a problem he is easily the best player in any sport. No one dominates like him, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, he is that ridiculously good. I mean, hey Scott, hey Chris.
Hey Chris.
He is unbelievable. Like he's just dominant. He dominates more than me. I think more than LeBron ever did for basketball. And it's really Gretzky-like for the times. He's unreal. He can't be stopped on his own. He's a big problem. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You got to account for him. He's faster than, I don't know why he's faster than everybody. He's just faster and he shoots without stopping. And it's unbelievable. He's scored now in his last 5 games. He has scored 2 or more goals in all 5. So
if they ever put a team around him, they'll be good.
Yeah, and that's Robin. The discussion about that was interesting, Scott. You remember the Gretzky years?
Oh yeah, of course. I grew right up through them.
Yeah, now think about it. He had Hall of Fame. He had Grant Fury. He had Paul Coffey. He has Yari Curry. He's got Glenn Anderson. He's got Mark Messier, for God's sake. That team was full of Hall of Famers. This Edmonton team is really, it's him and Draisaitl, and that's about it. Terrible goal. Well, the goaltending's better this year, but he's ridiculous. You got to watch. He might be. I don't even know what he must be to score anymore, like on DraftKings and stuff. It's got to be minus 200. I don't know. It can't even be worth.
Let's venture.
Yeah, I think they play tomorrow night.
Take a gander here.
Yeah, they play tomorrow night against Winnipeg.
Okay.
And that'll be interesting to know because this guy has scored 2 or more goals in the last 5 games every game. Think about that.
That is pretty wild.
Got 52 goals already, over 100 points.
Okay, let's see here. NHL.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. And then I have another observation on the other end of the spectrum. This is one of the greatest players I may have ever seen.
Okay. Oh, what'd you say? The Oilers against the Winnipeg Jets?
Yep.
They play tonight at 7:00.
Oh, tonight. Oh, good. Even better.
So let's see. Anytime goal scorer. No, Connor McDavid's minus 138. That's actually pretty good.
Just for 1 goal. Oh, good. Yeah. That's really good.
Let's see. I don't have it. Okay. I don't have to score 2 goals. I'm not seeing it on here. I don't know why.
That's not bad. That isn't bad. I thought it would be worse.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Player scored 2 goals. McDavid is plus 320.
Oh my gosh. He has done it a lot in a row, but he had 2 against the Leafs the other night.
I'll throw $10 on it. That's an easy 30 if he does it. What's that going to hurt? You made me money last weekend. You got the golden touch so far for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what's funny about McDavid too the other night against the Leafs? I thought I was texting with somebody and they had predicted he'd have 4 goals and 2 assists. He ended up with 2 goals and an assist, maybe. He kind of right.
Yes.
But he had so many goal posts that he really could have had 4 after the first period. It was just
wow.
You'll see if you ever just check him out for you don't even have to watch more than a couple shifts in the first period. It's just
he's just nonstop.
Yeah, he'll skate around the net and able to control the puck without anyone taking it from him. So he could do laps around. It's Gretzky like. It really is. And it's amazing at this day and age. You know what I mean? Because
how come he doesn't get more press then?
It's got to be because he's in Edmonton.
I was just going to say it's just because he's but you would think that would make him get the press all the more, right? I mean,
if he could be
that's where Gretzky was at his best, right?
Yeah, and then he goes to L.A., and that was a
right. I know he went to L.A. and he was good, but I mean, his Oilers time, that's when he was really up and coming, and he was a superstar. Because I mean, the guy's face was everywhere. I totally remember it.
Yeah. No, but McDavid's a weird guy too, though. And you'll see when you see he's got no personality.
Okay, I was gonna say if he's not good with the press, then that's what it's kind of just
he'll answer. He seems like a good guy, but he's just not. There's nothing there. There's no.
He's not like right. He's not Gretzky with the smile and the laughing and all the
smile. Angry. He scores. He's angry. he scores his 50th goal. He's pissed off. He's slamming shit. He's just an angry kid, but he's good. That's good. All he wants to do is win.
Hey, roll a ball of butcher knives, baby.
All right, Chris is here. Chris is our guy from Falls Count Anywhere podcast. I'll be co-hosting with him tomorrow because Charlie's got to work. Let's see, Scott. There's an AEW pay-per-view on Sunday night, and there's betting odds. Oh wow! If there's betting odds on wrestling, man, that's insanity.
I've never seen that.
But so now let me go.
I don't have any rest. There's not on the site I use. There's no wrestling odds. I know that. No, I just looked actually.
Let me go to the other end of the spectrum before we get into the trade deadline in the NHL. It's the Arizona Coyotes, and I really think they should take them out. They shouldn't be allowed to play anymore. They got to go. It's one of the worst in all of sports. There's nothing worse than this organization. They are so
really.
They play in a 5,000 seat stadium. Think of that. And at Arizona State University. And here's who's on there. Here's who they are paying so they can just get to the cap minimum. Remember, listen to these names: Chris Pronger, Pavel Datsyuk, Marian Hossa, Dave Bolin, Andrew Ladd. They just traded for Jacob Voracek, who's hurt, and Shea Weber, who's done. These guys' careers are all done. They'll never play again.
What's this, just for like money laundering purposes owning this team?
It's got to be. I don't know what the hell and why they're even. I mean, it's really a disgrace. 26% of their salary goes towards guys that can't play anymore, and they'll never play anymore because they're retired or they can't play, or they're actually would be considered long-term IR. They haven't retired.
What's the deal with Arizona sports teams?
The only good one is Phoenix, the Suns. That's it. They do well. They pay.
The football team in the annual report, they were the worst team. This is like, I don't understand it. That's where all the money is, right? I thought isn't everybody moving out to the warm states?
You would think, because the Phoenix Suns do great. They got Durant. They're doing everything, going for the win. The Arizona Diamondbacks haven't been good since they won in 2001. It's like
they all just seem to exist.
Yeah, this Coyotes team is, my God.
Yeah.
Why?
What's their record?
They're one of the worst teams. I don't know. They might only have 56 points right now. Where they
routinely the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league every year.
Yeah, pretty bad.
How's that not called out?
And Connor Bedard is going to be the number one pick this year in the NHL draft, and he is. They're trying to tell me he's Connor McDavid coming in again. Like, this is the second coming. So everyone wants him. And could you imagine if he goes there?
I was just going to say, is he going to end up going to Arizona?
I think he'll refuse to go. He'll do one of those things, like Eric Lindros or Manning or those guys.
Hey, man, it is what it is. They are who they said they were.
Yeah. He was an
cheap sons of bitches who just want to. What's the point of owning the team? I don't get it. Like, what's the purpose? Because you're not making any money. It's just a money suck, really.
I don't understand.
Because there's got to be zero attendance. What's the attendance like for their games?
They only got to get 5,000 people in there, and they're probably not selling it out. Well, I don't know. They got to. Here's the thing: if they're good, the people come.
Yeah.
When you know what I mean. If you're winning, people will show, and especially in these kind of markets, right? Arizona, you're in Phoenix, so you got to be good.
Right, but are they?
I don't even know what they're doing over there because they only got to seat 5,000. Think about it.
That's nothing, dude. That's like an Aggie University game.
Yes, it is. Buffalo has 19,000. In their stadium.
Yeah,
that's a horrible day if you have only $5,000 in a real stadium.
And you can't sell it out. That's embarrassing.
It should be.
That's like going to a practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's seriously a practice.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. But then on a fun note, I got a little intro for us. Hold on a minute. We got a nice intro. Let me find where'd my intro go?
I love the.
Breaking news.
I love it.
Anyway,
love it. Oh, it's cool. Got that
trade deadline-
80s vibe, that Miami Vice vibe.
Yeah. It was pretty good. The trade deadline was great. Not today. Today was nothing. But as far as like, there's teams that you'll know too. Teams actually remade themselves.
Yes.
It's crazy. There's 4 teams that I'm going to mention that renamed themselves. Toronto, I'd never seen anything. I think you can talk to any of the analysts. I wish we had Mike here. I mean, they ended up with, they traded for 6 guys. I mean, two of them, 4, they did 2 2-player deals. And then they got Luke Shen back, who was with them back. He was drafted in 2012, but he leads the league in hits. So they need that. He's a tough guy, but a hitter, defensive player. And the Leafs have always been called soft. That's been their thing. Like even when they lose to last year, they lost to Tampa in 7 games, and it was. And when you broke down the whole series, they were only, when it all said and done, they scored 1 goal less than Tampa. You know what I mean? So it was that close for the 7 games. But they were always considered soft, and it was great to see the general manager finally acknowledge that and get Ryan O'Reilly from St. Louis and go grab guys like McCabe and Shen and all of them that'll hit. All of them will play hard, and all of them will. It is something they've been lacking.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robin.
Their fourth line, I think, is the best it's been all year.
Yeah, it's definitely.
They actually have a legitimate fourth line with Achari and
Lafferty. And who's the other player in there now? Who's also? Aston Reese.
Right.
The other thing is though, but the Leafs have never had a really that they tried. They brought Nick Foligno in and he got hurt. They bring guys in and they always get hurt. So there's one team. The Leafs remade themselves. The Ottawa Senators, they have come all the way back. They've won 10 out of their last 12. They're right there trying to get in the playoffs. Like they're right there. They got 66 points, tied with Buffalo. They're only like 4 back maybe of the Islanders and all that. They got Jacob Chychrun, who was the big prize, the big defensive prize. If you wanted a defenseman who could rush the puck, defend the whole deal, and you got him with 2 years left on his contract too. So
why do you think Buffalo dropped out of that?
They
were in it at some point. I was reading that they were in it.
I always think they're cheap. That's part of my
problem. You think that's all it was how much they had to give up?
I mean, Kevin Adams, their GM, said they didn't want to do. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, the processing and the whole thing. But I don't know what he's talking about. They haven't made the playoffs since Obama's first term, I think it is. So you would think you're this close, and you've got some offensive excitement and talent and all that. All you'd need is a couple pieces, and they could make it. They could make the playoffs. And sure, they'd probably get beaten by Boston or whoever but it doesn't even matter, right? I mean, that's the first step.
Sure, first step is making it, yeah.
You got to make it. And that would be the right away success. But I don't know, because there was Chychrun, there was goalies like Jonathan Quick and Corpus. All these goalies were moving, and there was all kinds of stuff happening. Other defensemen, too, and other players. They could have gotten anyone they wanted, honestly, as long as they weren't on a no-trade clause and would say no.
Sure.
If they, like Timo Meier, they could have got him.
Right.
And he was he was the huge prize that New Jersey got.
Buffalo never does that. They never do that.
The Sabres would have been in on that. Why wouldn't they? They have all the money. They could have done what I find it. And now, like the Rangers, they get Tarasenko and Patrick Kane together. That's incredible. You bring those 2 guys in. But I mean, Kane had a no trade, and he only would go to the Rangers, so he forced it. He forced the issue. There was he gave the Blackhawks no choice but to trade him to the Rangers.
Going back
lose them
to the Senators real quick. Do you think that they're ready to make the playoffs? You think?
I think they are with the way Tkachuk is playing, and the way they have Claude Giroux, and they have guys that have been there before too.
Yeah,
and with the way their goaltending's been playing, I think I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Buffalo in the last 2 games, it's been tough. They lost to the worst team in the league, Columbus, and Boston beat them 7-1 last night. So I don't I guess the thing for Buffalo, Scott, that pisses me off is it's more for the fan-related people. You got to give them something. You got to give them a playoff. You got to give them that. Why not? Give them the play. And I'm not saying it would have definitely worked, and they might make it anyways. Who knows? But think about, I mean, whatchamacallit's hurt. Alex Tuck is hurt, and I think Darlene is hurt right now. But, you know, there's some things they could have done to really supplement themselves, and then even had younger players, not just rentals, like guys they could have kept. You know what I mean? You know, I understand them not wanting to get rentals. That makes sense. Why would you get an old guy? Yeah,
well, that would make exactly.
But you had Todd Bertuzzi. They could have got him from Detroit, Boston. Tyler Bertuzzi. I'm sorry, his dad is Todd.
Yeah. Well, they ended up picking up what they they just picked up a project.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Greenway's a project. Greenway could be good. He's just you know, the one scout said he's kind of disinterested or he's an underachiever because he should be good. He's a big kid and he can. Maybe a change of scenery is what does it for him. Gets out of Minnesota, comes here, and it might work. And if it works, it'll be a great trade. It really will. It'll be a beautiful trade. They only give up a second rounder this year and a fifth next year. So I would do it. I wanted the Leafs to get him actually, because of how hard he is.
Because of the potential.
The potential, and he likes to fight. He likes to hit. He likes to do all the things you want.
Buffalo hasn't had a guy like that in a while.
Yeah, no, they are going to end up having. It's funny. Them and the Maple Leafs mirror each other a little bit. As when the Leafs were just starting out, when they got Matthews and Marner and all them, they were kind of the same way. Score a lot of goals, do all that, but couldn't keep them out of their own net type of thing. But I thought there was a chance for Buffalo this year, even with not even going to get the big names. Even if you didn't go and get, let's say Chychrun or whatever, there's other guys you could have had. I mean, there's other defensemen that would have helped. There was a goalie definitely that could have helped. And there's still Jordan Bennington was out there, and he wanted out of St. Louis. He asked out, and I think he would have come to Buffalo. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
he won a Stanley Cup with the Blues out of nowhere. He was a guy that was generally an AHL player, and he would have come. You know,
for a guy who was supposedly a Sabres fan his whole life, Pagula has been nothing but these owners that just keep the team mediocre.
Yeah,
you know, just enough to get your interest, but never good enough to do anything unless they get lucky.
I think with Buffalo, next year will be the year. If they go through a whole nother season and do nothing, and now you got the off season too, of course. July 1st comes, Canada Day, the whole thing. That'll be key too if they don't sign any free agents. But you know what I mean? Right there, right. I'll give them. If I'm a fan, I'll give them this year, I guess, because you never know. They're right there. They still might make it. But come the off season, if they don't do anything to help, I think that's not right. I think they should reward the players that are there.
Because I saw did you see that open letter deal from Deline not long ago? Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, you want the fans. So he's kind of saying, you know, he wants the fans there. He's asking the fans to show up. Well,
yeah.
I mean, if ownership isn't going to put a quality product out on the ice, how are you going to get them to come show up and for whatever ticket costs are and what it costs for a night to go the whole 9 yards, you know, if you're taking your family.
I thought the other night was kind of upset. I was kind of shocked. I know they were playing Columbus, but they're in a playoff race. They score goals. They're exciting. They're an exciting team. And the place was empty. It was. Was
it really?
Yeah, it was pretty empty. And I thought that was kind of odd. I thought for sure they'd be able to, you know, on any given night during the week. I don't care what the football team's doing. You'll fill the place. But you mean to tell me you couldn't? I mean, and the other thing is too, maybe because it was Columbus, Canadians didn't want to come, because I know a lot of Canadians come here.
That could be.
They just come to see the opposition too. And the Sabres are good though now. I got to give them credit. Thompson and that whole group, they're good. They're worth a watch because they can score. I mean, Thompson's a freak of nature, as big as he is and the way he plays. So
it's just a shame he's not stacking up wins because they got goalies that just can't.
Yeah, goalies, defense.
You got to score 6-7 goals to win games all the time, dude. That's not a way to play through a hockey season.
And I think the other thing you got to do, Scott, is you got to make the playoffs, right? I mean, because that's where you become. And then players are going to get pissed off. I mean, if Darlene doesn't make the playoffs here soon, I mean, that's where you make your career, is in there, not in the regular season.
Sure.
I'll give them this. I was going to say that they were. I was at one point I was thinking, this is a shame, you know. But now I'm going to say this: one more year. This offseason, they should be adding veteran players to the team that can help them win. They're right there. I mean, they're right there. They got 66 points or 68, but whatever the hell they are. They're right there. They're right on the doorstep. That's the thing with Ottawa. They're on the doorstep, and they've kind of gone for it. And you hear the general manager say it, whereas the Sabres general manager will say, "No, we're kind of just, whatever the process. Fuck the process." If I was a fan, I don't want to hear that.
No, absolutely not.
Shove it up your ass, man. You want to win. You want some playoff games.
Yeah.
Edmonton did great in the trade deadline because they're another team that was considered soft. Well, they got themselves Matthias Ekholm, defenseman, who is he's what's up? My cat's screaming. He's a big guy, tough guy. He can score, he can ski, he does it all. So it's perfect for that. He looked good the other night. And New Jersey got Timo Meier, who he was the big prize. He's the kid. He's a kid. He's a young guy. He can score. He does it all. He's a superstar, and New Jersey got him.
Did anybody automatically improve themselves so much that they catapulted them up pretty far above some other teams that they might have been behind already? You know what I mean?
I'm going to say it's possible Ottawa did something to help themselves, jump. Because they had to jump a couple teams. They've already been jumping, and now they're tied with that big group that have 66 points. So they got in there. They did some stuff for themselves. I think Timo Meier for New Jersey is a big deal because he's going to help them score. I mean, that might have helped them in a big way. The Maple Leafs helped themselves completely, but I don't know what that means until the playoffs. I mean, it's great, but it's got to work. Wonder why. The only criticism I have for them is if you needed 6 players like this, why did you wait so long to get them? It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, you just overhauled. You overhauled the team. Other than your top 4, everything got kind of just blown up. And I know it's because they're getting ready. They've known they're going to play Tampa.
I could just say it's also that maybe the right players that they've wanted and had their eye on, it just happened to line up that they had the ability to go out and get all of them.
I'm sure that's what they would. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. I'm sure. You know what it is too? They're scared to lose Austin Matthews, and they're scared to lose some guys, because they want to. It's on them to win the series too, but I know that. I know what's going to happen here. If they keep losing in the first round, he's going to leave. He's going to ask to be traded, and they're going to have to trade. What are they going to do? You can't let him walk. You can feel it. They're going to want out.
Not to mention the fact that I think Dubas is gone if they can't win.
Yeah, the general manager's not. Now, the general manager for the Maple Leafs, I guess I forgot to tell you, he is also, this is his last year. He hasn't been re-signed by the team. So he's just sitting there waiting to see if he's going to get a contract or not. So that's always a mixed, a possibility. Yeah.
But why don't you just let him draft the next year's team?
Like that son of a bitch for the Bears. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. So now the team that I thought did nothing, and it was too bad, is the Detroit Red Wings, who are right there with the Sabres, and Ottawa did nothing. They actually sold a little bit. Yeah. They got rid of guys. The Islanders and Penguins did absolutely nothing, and they're the team that everyone's chasing. Those two are in the wild card. They didn't do anything.
No.
Really. And Arizona, just because they shouldn't even be allowed. St. Louis did well because they're rebuilding, and they kind of traded things away, which was good. They're rebuilding, and they recognized it. Tampa, Carolina, and Boston, I think, were kind of good. They did what they had to do. But now think about it. Boston has 48 wins. There is 21 games left for Boston, and the record is 62 wins in an NHL season. So they have a real good chance of breaking that record. Go ahead, Rob.
Do you think that they're the best team in the NHL?
They have to be, yeah. In every category, they lead.
Yeah. You think
Linus Ullmark's ridiculous? I don't know where this came from, but he is on another level with the other goalies.
So are they more of a free agency team or a drafted team?
They're a drafted team. Because
good for them.
What I'm going to say about the Bruins, and Brad Marchand said it, and I might have played it on our show a couple weeks ago. He was I think he took a shot at the Leafs a little bit and their high-priced players.
Right.
He said, here in Boston, we take less to win, is what he said. So it makes sense. You take less, you can get more players, obviously.
Sure.
So they did that. I mean, he's a $10 million player when you think about it, and he makes 8 or 7.5. Bergeron's never made. Pasternak just made $11.5 million. Now they did sign him to 11. They had to though. The guy is What's he? He's like 7. He's number 2 in the league, I think, behind McDavid. So they had to bring him in. But all draft, a lot of drafted. They use their bottom. It's kind of like the Leafs a little bit. Their bottom 6 is always guys though that they get in free agency usually, and but they're awfully good. I mean, here's the numbers after the deadline. Before we take a break, I want to show you guys, and then I want to show you a great thing I was telling you about.
Okay.
Hold on. First, let me show you this. Here's the numbers. This is after the deadline, and I'll tell you, those teams like the Rangers, who've got a great goalie, Tampa, you never know. Edmonton, I mean, what a shot at Edmonton at Tampa, like the Rangers at plus 1,200.
So John, who other than Boston is it really Colorado? They're that obviously there's a big difference there with the plus 420 to the plus 650.
Colorado got healthy. Remember, they won last year. Colorado got healthy, and they're playing great again. So in the last month, they've really turned it on.
Oh, okay. So they're getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, they're going to be tough. Looking at that, it's so hard because with the Leafs and I got to pick. If I'm predicting it honestly, I don't know why I wouldn't say Tampa wins the series. I don't know what to say. They still have the goalie Vasilevsky. The Leafs goaltending continually is in flux. Always someone different. I think that if the Leafs don't.
Is it lining up right now for them to play each other again?
Oh yeah, they're playing each other in the first round. It's already. They knew that at Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's been set since then. So they're.
God, that sucks.
That's a definite. I think that's why the Leafs have done what they've done to try to be tougher, because the Lightning push them around, and then the Lightning went and got Tanner Jeannot, his name is, from Nashville, who is, he's big. He's like Lucic. Remember him? Milan Lucic, who used to play for Lucic. Yeah. He's kind of that with a little more skill. But
do you think that Jeannot move was what triggered the whole East?
I think it's what triggered I think it triggered the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, but I think it might have triggered the whole East to get a little tougher.
Well, the Rangers did. The Rangers are still weak.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Patrick Kane and Tarasenko, but the Bruins with Bertuzzi is an interesting thing, but they got a lot of guys that got hurt. Foligno's out. Taylor Hall's out.
Right.
I don't know, Scott. To me, and the teams like Carolina, they're sitting there. New Jersey, these are.
They all got legit shots.
I think they do. Boston has won so much. They only have 8 losses this year. Could I see them getting bounced? Yes, I could see them losing.
What's the record for losses in a season?
That's a good question. I don't know because
that's pretty wild, dude. That they've only had 8 losses. Like that's wow.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. They're having a great Linus Allmark's unbelievable. When he played for Buffalo, he couldn't get out of his own way. Really, they would put him in the AHL. He would go down. He'd go up. He'd go down. He's just.
It's got to be the people training him, man.
Yeah.
Coaching.
So there you go. There's your numbers. I won't be doing anything with this because I can't. But if I was.
Why? Because will you feel if you'll be cursing your team if you bet them, and you'll be cursing them if you bet against them?
Probably. Yeah. I just know that I won't bet the Leafs to save my life. I never do. But I know, because I should bet them, though, because I kind of know what's going to happen. But looking at it, Edmonton intrigues me at 1,400. Why couldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Could very easily represent the West in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Sure.
The West is weak. With Dallas, you look at everything's the East except.
Did they fix their? They had a goaltending issue, correct or no? Edmonton.
They did kind of fix it in their own with their
own. I'm sorry,
system.
They had a bunch of, if I remember correctly, they had a bunch of old guys on the team, right?
They did, but they did trade. They got actually last year's goalie Jack Campbell, the Leafs ended up leaving in free agency and went to Edmonton, and he's terrible there. But they found another goalie in their system who's been really good. So they lucked out. They found a guy, and he's pretty good. So they are a chance. Why not with McDavid? I mean, it's worth. I mean, it's worth $10 maybe or something.
How's that guy not getting help?
I know Edmonton should be.
They should be.
How's he not asking to leave?
He'll never leave. I bet you. I'm betting he never ever leaves. No, he's one of those guys. I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They paid him $1 gazillion.
He's the highest paid player in the league, I think, or close to it. He's got to be close. And I don't think he cares. It's weird with him. He's one of those weird guys. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I think he wants to win there, and that's it. He only wants to win in that. Like, I don't think he'll ever leave.
Right.
If he left, it would be kicking and screaming. Like, I don't think he would, and I'm sure he's got no trade clauses and everything else. You know who might leave someday is Draisaitl. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, let me show you this video, okay? This is Bruce Boudreau when he coached the Washington Capitals, and this was probably about 3-4 years ago. They're going into the third period. This is in between periods. This is the second period intermission. They're losing 1-0 to Florida, and here's what he's got to tell his team.
Second, on the way. Look it, I have never seen a bunch of guys look so fucking down when something bad happens. What are you guys, like prima donna perfect that if you can't fucking handle adversity, so shit's not going right. It's not fucking working the last 10 days. Fucking get your heads out of your ass and fucking make it work by outworking the opposition. You kill 2 fucking men, and then we stand around and watch it while they fucking score here. Fucking you come to the bench like fucking this, and when the power play it's not working, so you're trying to stick handle, you're looking like this and not standing. Outwork the fucking guys. If you want it, don't just think you want it, go out and fucking want it. But you're not looking like you want it. You look like you're feeling sorry for yourselves. And nobody fucking wants anybody that's feeling sorry for themselves. You got 20 fucking minutes, you're down by 1 fucking shot. Surely the fuck we can deal with this. Come on, boy.
So there's him. And
I
that was
love
great.
that guy. That is awesome.
I know. That was great.
And
Jesus, what did he say? The F word like 30 times?
Yeah.
I couldn't be any happier
Oh, he's on the panel now.
that he's now on the panel.
He looked like he was
especially
getting
after
a heart
the way
attack.
Yeah.
Especially after the way things ended in Vancouver.
Nah, Vancouver was a mess. He's the guy in Vancouver I talked about that he knew he was getting fired before they fired him. Like, it ended up being leaked on the internet, and he played out the string, and it was so bad. He looked like he was going to cry. The team gave him gifts. It was terrible. And Vancouver's now horrible, but it was really sad. I like Bruce Boudreau.
He's got his tie. It looks like his head was going to pop off of his shoulders, for shit's sake.
It was great. I love that
was awesome.
coaching. But, I don't know. Some people get mad at that. I kind of like it. I
love it.
I love it. I thought it was hilarious.
And I think even if you play for him, you probably like it because he's not menacing. He's not like he's trying.
Oh, not like he's like, come on, man. That's what I got from it.
The part when he says, "No one wants anyone who feels sorry for themselves." I mean, you could tell he was just talking. I think I've done that before, where I've gotten mad, and now I want to say stuff, but now it's not. You're kind of done, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you just don't feel finished.
No,
so you throw about 15 F words in there to just fill all the gaps in.
All right, what do you got to say, Robin?
Yeah, you've definitely done that.
Yeah,
on more than one occasion.
Well, because you want to keep talking, but then I think he realized at one point, I'm like, he's beating this to the ground, Yeah,
no, it was great.
Yeah, it was good though. Why don't we take a break? We come back. We got some other crazy news. Jalen Carter, I'd like to talk about. Because that's really I don't even know what to think. I want to hear what you think about it. Let me find our commercials. We'll be back in a moment.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
to our couple sponsors there, and Elena DePaulo making nice wreaths. They look really nice. So if you want it, any sports, any teams,
She can
anything,
make anything.
yep, those wreaths are really cool. While in the middle of playing stuff, Scott, I'm going to play this minute clip of explaining a little bit about Jalen Carter. It's about a minute long.
Okay.
Prospect Jalen Carter is back showing off his skills at the NFL Combine after turning himself into Georgia police last night on misdemeanor charges, taking this mugshot. He was released 16 minutes later. The University of Georgia football star is accused of reckless driving and drag racing the night fellow player Devin Willock and team recruiter Chandler LaCroix were killed in a crash.
It was a car that definitely sped away.
This surveillance video released by authorities shows LaCroix's and Carter's SUVs driving through an intersection hours after a party celebrating Georgia's national championship. LaCroix was allegedly driving over 100 miles an hour with a blood alcohol level more than twice the legal limit. But there are questions surrounding Carter's actions that night. Citing unspecified documents, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports that Carter left the scene after the crash, then returned and gave conflicting statements to police about what happened. NBC News has not reviewed the documents. On Twitter, Carter writes, numerous media reports also have circulated containing inaccurate information. When all of the facts are known, I will be fully exonerated. Carter has had at least 3 traffic citations in the last year, including a stop in September captured on this body cam.
I don't need to slow down, dude.
Police say he was traveling 89 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone.
So there's Jalen Carter, number 1 pick overall, possibly number 2 pick overall, whatever, top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Is that still going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know how that works for this. I mean, I really don't know why this. It's really messed up just in general that this didn't come out sooner. Why it waited till this time.
I remember when that happened, that crash.
Me too. I do too. But I never knew Jalen Carter was involved.
No.
Yeah. No.
It was a 1-car crash.
Oh, it just came out now?
Yeah. Just now at draft time. I mean, I just don't know why it wouldn't have, how it just very conveniently, and I don't know why, why would you do that?
Right.
Like why would the police? I don't know. Maybe it's conspiratorial, but I just don't get it.
Could be.
All right, anyways, well, I don't know how. I mean,
by the way, what is with these athletes that
speed like that? Yeah,
that drive like this.
I know.
Who was what's called for the Raiders?
I know. Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs. Yeah. He didn't even his football season didn't even get started.
And now Carter obviously wasn't in the car. He was stupidly drag racing the other guy who had obviously was drunk driving and all that. I'm going to imagine he's not going to prison. I don't believe on the 2 misdemeanor charges. Do I think he'll be? I mean, I don't know what do they do? Community service fine.
His draft.
It may, right? Pending. It might. Depend. I mean, like.
What's going to happen is this. Watch. If it does affect his draft status and he drops, somebody's going to take him and clean up with that kid.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
The kid's going to end up getting like exonerated.
Of course.
But the pressure is going to be to prejudge him and hold him accountable at the draft. Watch.
Everyone over exaggerates in that league. Always. They overreact.
The media does it. The media does it, really.
And they feed into it. Yeah.
They blow everything. Not saying it's not bad, but
yeah.
Drag race, were they teammates?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Teammates.
It was actually the recruiter that was driving the other truck.
The girl? The woman?
Yeah.
And then the guy, okay.
And the guy
and the offensive lineman was in the passenger seat. And they both died. Right. And here's the thing. It's going to be, what'll be interesting is the family of the people. 2, they could if they're like with Jalen, I'm talking about the family of the dead. I mean, obviously it was his friends. They were friends. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, how can you, it's 2 misdemeanors. He's got to be held accountable for something, I'm sure. But like, I don't think can you imagine what must have been
what happened? Did the dude lose control of the car and run into a house?
Yeah,
right?
I guess that's what happened. Yeah. going 108 miles an hour or whatever. I mean, I just like what I'm saying is
that's fast, dude.
There's a thing about remorse and all that. We've seen this kind of thing happen before. But I also saw years ago Rob Ramage, who played for the Blues, it's a long time ago. He was driving the car that killed his friend.
Right.
And he ended up going to prison. But that's a whole different story. He was driving.
Yeah.
Like if she was drunk, if she would have stayed alive, she's going to prison.
Right.
You know, for what she did.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
You're right. You know what? He could be Aaron Donald. I don't know. The way it sounds, I mean, he's a perfect Chicago Bear, him or Will Anderson.
Is this the Laramie Tunsil? Is this the Laramie Tunsil of the draft?
Yeah, right. And that was ridiculous in itself too.
Right.
They just
it comes out at just the right time.
And the NFL and the media of the NFL loves to overreact. Yeah. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, and that causes the teams to overreact, and everyone's overreacting, and I don't know, and it's not. I feel bad because they died, but I don't. Like, yeah, they shouldn't be doing. That's just freaking dumb. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Why are you what the hell's going on?
Well, why is it his fault?
Right, I know.
What I would like more information on is him leaving the scene. Like,
yeah, why did he run away?
Why did he run away?
He probably shit his pants.
He say when he came back?
You can't do that. Like, you can't run away. That's a problem.
That's the thing. Like, did he call 911?
Yeah.
Like,
who knows? Yeah, you're right. I mean, you leave the scene. That's just
horrible.
Bad.
Yeah, you can't leave the scene because you might be. Who knows if you could save? I don't know. I hate this, and it always ends up happening. And I don't wish these guys would just. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Stop being stupid.
Yeah, stop it. They're dead.
I gotta tell my kid, don't do dumb shit,
and you'll be good. Yeah,
and you'll be fine. I'll never yell at you. Just don't do. Just think about it just before you're gonna do it. Is this stupid? It might be stupid. And 9 out of 10 times you're gonna prevent yourself from doing stupid shit. Hopefully.
Yeah, and there's always a way out. And we did a lot. The three of us right here, I'm sure, we did a lot of stupid things.
Oh God, we were childs in the 70s.
I
mean, that should tell you everything.
Yeah, we did a lot of stupid things. We were allowed to do stupid things. But yeah, I mean, I never had the desire to go 100 miles an hour, though. I'll tell you, I don't know why. I never wanted that. But that's me. I didn't have that craving to go that fast. I would have thrown up, though. That's my problem. For sure. I get nauseous and throw up. So there'd have been no way I could have made it through. I'm soft. I should play for the Leafs. I'd have thrown up.
You said I'd have thrown up.
Yeah, I throw up all the time.
Oh, shit.
Vomit. But so that's Jalen Carter. I hope. I don't know what I hope. I guess I really don't care. But I would think that if the family of the people that died come out and say, "Look, we're not mad," you know what I mean? We're not holding him accountable. We're not anything like. I think that would be a good thing for him.
Absolutely.
You know, I think so the media would shut up.
Right.
But I wonder if they do. Do you know?
I don't know. I'm gonna look into it more. I really haven't.
You probably can find that out if they've come out and said anything.
So let's shift our gear here to something else that was interesting. The NFLPA, 1,300 players completed a team report card, and I guess it was treatment of their families, the weight room, the strength coaches, the trainers, the team travel, all that kind of stuff. And here's the things that didn't surprise me. The top 10 don't surprise me. It don't surprise me that Minnesota, Miami, the Las Vegas, Houston, Dallas, Green Bay, the 49ers, the Giants, the Bills, New Orleans, they're all in the top 10. I don't know why that didn't surprise me. I did it. What surprised me was Kansas City being number 29. That shocked me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why are they 29?
Yeah.
Who was saying that about? What's going on? Yeah, they're number 29. I wrote it all down. I mean, I understand why Washington's and Arizona are. Washington's 32, Arizona's 31. The Chargers are 30. That is something because they're out in LA, you know, sometimes, but that's a mess over there.
Right.
Cincinnati is 27 and Kansas City's 29. I'm shocked.
Dude, McAfee was bringing up not that long ago because he's got AQ Shipley on that show, who's there like once a week. And for whatever reason, they got on the conversation about Arizona's facilities. And AQ Shipley said they're the worst. And he started saying everything that was wrong with the place, what it was like. And McAfee was asking him, I wonder if they've changed anything there. And he's like, I have no idea. But it was bad. He said, when I was there, it was bad.
And I guess that maybe the Bengals, remember they just finally got an indoor practice facility, right. Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they're actually lucky they're at 27.
Yeah. Kansas City really surprises me, especially when
they win. Usually when people are angry, you don't win.
Right. If I remember correctly, after that got played through with between AQ Shipley and McAfee, I believe the owner of the Cardinals said something.
Oh, really?
If you looked it up, somebody from the Cardinals organization responded about it. Yeah.
I mean, that
tells you everything right there. I mean,
when you're middle of the pack, okay, but when you're sitting down there and you look at
who's a new team, John? Who's one of the new? Who's a moneymaker that surprises you? That's towards the bottom.
That's towards the Kansas City, the Chiefs. I don't understand.
They've got to be making a boatload of money. A boatload of money
stuns me. Because they win, and usually people are angry. But now let's talk about LaShawn McCoy. What he said about Bieniemy. Who knows? Maybe there is some kind of. You know what I mean? The winning masks everything, though. When you're winning, everything. If they start losing, then we'd start to hear because that's crazy to be number 29 and you're winning like that.
Yeah,
that tells you if this means anything to me.
Well, sure, because that means like treatment. What was their stats? Do you have those? Did you have
treatment of families, the weight room, the strength coaching, the training staff, and the team travel. Those things.
What did they get rated? Are they all like one?
They didn't show. I didn't see that. I didn't see the breakdown.
They have the breakdowns, dude. Of yeah. That's kind of interesting to see which ones are like the worst.
The top 10 does not surprise me in the least. They just don't. I don't know why.
No.
Minnesota, Miami. Las Vegas is it's going to be a beautiful facility.
Where's your boys at?
13. They're number 13.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, that's not bad for them. They're going into a new stadium and all that. Philadelphia's 14, Seattle's 11, Cleveland's 21, which I was kind of – but okay. Houston, where were they at? They weren't as bad. They're in the top 10, and that ain't bad. They're number 4.
Well, they're a newer team. They should be. Yeah. Still relatively a new team.
People like playing in Green Bay. They're number 6, according to this.
I guess Houston is the real draw of the city.
It's huge. It's enormous. Dallas. I could see why people like to go to – you become a cowboy, you get everything. Jerry Jones is a lunatic. But, it's the same thing like with the Raiders. You're going to be taken care of. You're not flying like –
Oh, you're a rock star, dude.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you're a rock star. I'm sure.
Miami's beautiful. Minnesota, I assume, that's cold weather. They're number 1. Buffalo, we know what they do. We see it here. The Giants surprised me because they're in newer, They're not in a real great place, but that's good for them. Where's the Jets? The Jets are number 19, but the Giants are number 8. Interesting, right? Kind of. They're in the same
wow, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Same facilities, or no, not same facilities. Duh.
I thought the Steelers being 22, I was kind of surprised. I thought that'd be a little better with the Roonies and everything.
And the way Tomlin is and all that.
Yeah. This Kansas City thing blows my mind, though.
I know.
So that tells me, and this will be interesting if this was correct. Let's say next year they get knocked out let's say they make the playoffs, but they get knocked out early. I wonder if you then start hearing some shit. Like, is it, like I say, winning cures all the evil?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, dude. It just takes one little.
I wonder if then all of a sudden we hear
thread to be pulled.
To be 29, and it's anonymous, right? So it's an anonymous thing. Yeah. No one knows nothing. Wow.
I'm sure there's owners that are pissed.
And it might be a wake-up call for some. I don't know. New England's number 24. So,
well, if you were the owner of Kansas City, don't you think that would be a massive wake-up call?
Oh, you should be embarrassed. You'd have to be embarrassed because
what'd you say the Patriots were?
24.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I thought, what's
the Patriot way?
Yeah. Well, that goes to hell when you lose. Like all of a sudden, all you got to do is lose, and it's. No one gives a fuck no more. And no one cares. Speaking of, you brought up, and I like McAfee. You turned me on to that whole thing. I really like that show.
Yeah, it's a great show, and it's a great way to hear you get all kinds of information through that show. That's why I like it. Shit that I don't hear on other stuff.
Well, me and him have a lot in common. let me play this clip because we have something in common here. Here it comes.
Okay. They've been served by Brett Favre. Came back from Hawaii to Indiana on Saturday. Slept, woke up on Sunday. Lady at my front door. Opened the door. I am so sorry. I am a fan of the show. I just work for a company that was hired. These are for you. My dogs, I told them, fucking sick her. She wants to bankrupt us. This is what she's working for, the Brett Favre team. She was not serving me the papers. It's officially official. I have been sued by Brett Favre. Here we go.
Let's go.
Congratulations. The only thing you should be serving on Sundays is the Lord. Okay? Amen. Should
Well
be serving
said. Hell
papers.
yeah.
Well said.
Amen, Tony.
And I've learned a lot about these Southern folks. I watched those Murdaugh documentaries on Netflix, and I guess there's one on HBO Max. I'll tell you what, some of those powerful old Southern whites are some real fucking gems, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about some of the biggest scumbags on earth. I'm not saying anything about anybody in Mississippi. I'm just talking about Low Country over there in South Carolina.
Right.
And this fuckboy right here, who's currently dead. Better for the world that he's dead. Would like to let everybody know that just from what I learned from the documentary. Don't know him personally. Allegedly. Have to say all that stuff.
Right.
This family's fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on.
I just played that because it was funny to me. But
Dude, the whole show is like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And it's almost like he's got fucking ADHD. Really bad, you know?
it's really good. And I was sued by a rapist. And someone knocked on my door and did the same thing to me. And we won. The rapist is I called him a rapist. He tried to say he's not a rapist. He's a rapist. You lose.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, and that's one thing everyone I should realize. If you're speaking the truth, you're good. It truly means you're fine if you talk the truth. You got to be truthful though. You can't make stuff up. That's why I think McAfee will be fine, because I was watching back some of the things, and he's not making anything up.
Yeah, and they always said, even if they say it sarcastically, allegedly,
right?
Always make sure that he says that.
Yeah,
always.
And he had the text messages up there. He had everything. I was watching back.
All he was doing was reading everything. He didn't accuse him of any. I mean, they used to say Brett Favre hates poor people.
Yeah, right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Right. I mean, so he gets sued. Shannon Sharp gets sued, and someone else that I can't remember now.
I think Shannon Sharp, if I remember correctly, really, theirs are a little different, I guess.
Yeah, I think Sharp was a little strong. Yes. Sharp.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sharp went a little further, but I don't know. I mean,
I'm trying to think who there was a third party too. I just can't remember. Oh, the actual auditor. He sued the auditor of the state. Also.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. It was funny what he said about the Murdaugh trial too. That Murdaugh.
Dude,
trial.
when he was,
that was really funny.
He was like, "This fuckboy."
Yeah,
right
that's great.
Oh my god! Hey, I know it's kind of off topic, but since it's on there, did you pay attention to that at all? You're not into true crime, did you? Okay,
yeah,
okay. I've been paying attention to that thing since it happened.
Robinson.
Actually, I've been paying attention to that family since that boat crash happened.
Yeah, okay.
I was paying attention to how, because it was kind of in the podcast I was listening to, it was like pretty well known that they controlled the justice system, and they were like, these people they're never going to be held accountable for this. Just, did you see the Netflix documentary at all?
No, we're going to. We're watching it now after the.
Good, yeah. More information on that.
Yeah, because I know that kid. I heard things through the trial. What the kid, the fuckboy there, what he was doing and hitting people and choking girls and doing all this crazy shit, whatever.
Dude, so even after all that happened and that girl died in the boat crash, he just continued doing the same thing. And the old man was giving him booze all the time.
Yeah, there was sick shit going on there.
Yeah. Wow. And all the dead bodies that go along with that family. Well, you'll see the Netflix documentary explains a lot. It's really, really good.
Yeah, we gotta watch
really good.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely. I don't know. You know what was great about that whole thing, and I'm still stunned because I don't know. Someone must have said we had enough of Murdaugh, the whole thing. Because think about powerful. Usually, more times than not, that just goes away. Not goes away, but they do things in there. He's never going to spend his life in prison. He stole a lot of money, though. All that money.
He stole a lot.
Yeah, like a fiend.
What the? Hey, dude. Okay. So you guys know most of the facts. I just got a couple questions here.
Robin, Get ready.
First off, what did he do with all that money?
Yeah.
Like, where did all that money go?
It couldn't have been all
I'm
pills.
sorry. First and foremost, the amount of pills that they were trying to say that man was taking, he would have been dead.
Right.
He would have been, well, he would have looked like a sunken-in skeleton. Like, dude,
right.
That was such bullshit that's why I knew he was guilty when they were using that as his defense. Sorry, dude.
I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
Because you know more. I know you like all this stuff too, the crime,
sure, I love
crime things. We've been sitting here wondering what was the motive. Why would he have done this? Because what I thought the prosecution was saying, I didn't believe. I thought that's kind of weak. What, he's killing them because he wants them to feel sorry for him? What did he do?
There, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did that Mark Tinsley said it perfectly. He said, as soon as the murders happened, they were supposed to be deposing him and shit, or that financial stuff was going to be coming out the next day in court or within a couple days.
On the 10th.
They canceled it, and they were not going to go after him again. He was like, it's over with. We're not going to go after him now. He said it right on the stand.
Oh, okay.
So shit like that. So there, he just lost major financial problem he was going to have was gone. Right?
Fuck yeah. Wow.
And then, I'm sure the firm would feel so bad for him. He just lost his wife and kid. I think he thought all of his problems were going to go away from pity.
You were right. You're right.
That's what I think.
Yeah. You too, right?
If he did not do it, right?
That's probably right.
If he did not do it, he was there when it happened.
Yes.
Because the time puts him there. There's no doubt he was there.
Right.
And he's a fucking liar.
Yeah, big.
I've never seen anybody lie so much in my life, and I'm like, he thinks this jury's gonna believe him now. Like, the dude's lied. I don't even know if his name's Murdaugh at this point with the way the guy lies.
You know what? The other thing I found out about South Carolina, they had no idea. I didn't realize how that many hogs were running around. My God, there's hogs everywhere. They have 150,000 hogs. Because that one guy, they asked him, he goes, "Oh yeah, I've killed thousands of hogs." I'm like, what the fuck? Where do you? They were
all talking about going, hey, when they bring up the neighbor. So when you go hunting for hogs, yep, I bring them to a 12 gauge with so much shot. I'm like, what the fuck?
I looked it up, and there's 150,000 of them in the state of South Carolina, and they do attack you. They will rush you.
One thing that got brought up on a law show I was listening to about it all, they said that one of the reasons they thought he might get away with it with the jury was that they said that they have like this honor code out there and stuff like that in that area of the South. They kind of cover for each other.
Yeah.
That one mention they thought a juror might have gotten paid off.
Yeah.
And what was the third one? I forgot.
Yeah.
I had another one.
Amazing that I'm still stunned by it. But anyways, we're off topic. But you know what? Let's go back to this. No, don't worry. I brought it up. I want
pop culture right now, dude.
What's that?
It's the hottest thing in the news right now.
It sure is. But you know what we're going to do right now, since we're coming to the end? Let me find it. We're going to make some money for people. See, this is why I like our podcast, because I don't think it has to be, we can do whatever we want. If I want to talk about murder, I can talk about murder.
Absolutely.
I can do whatever the hell I want. Like, it doesn't matter. Don't you know what I mean? Fuck it. That's the beauty of podcast. Yeah, it's not AM radio. I can do whatever I want here. I can do
it's not like it's something that no one knows what we're talking about.
Right. All right, well, here's what we're going to have. Robin, do you have anything that you like tonight? What do you got? Give your picks.
Okay. I've got a couple picks for the UFC this weekend.
Yes, big card. Big John Jones card. Yep.
I like Cody Garbrandt -175. That's the main event of the prelims.
Okay.
And I like John Jones. He's up to -180, but I love him minus Cyril Gane.
Okay. So John Jones, and then parlay that. Maybe do some things if you look into it on how they think the fight's going to end and all that.
Yeah.
For me, I got parlays. Well, you can single or parlay them. Tonight, I like the Phoenix Suns minus 165 at Chicago. I like in hockey the Kraken minus 165 at Columbus. So that's Phoenix minus 165 and Seattle minus 165 tonight. Tomorrow night, I love the Tampa Bay Lightning at Buffalo. Buffalo beat them in Tampa Bay, and it was I watched it. I will be shocked if they beat Tampa Bay again. I just can't see it. But the way Tampa Bay's been, they need a win, and I think they get it in Buffalo tomorrow night. And I like the Rangers over Boston tomorrow. So I like the Rangers to give the Bruins their 9th loss. And
okay, hold on, buddy.
Yep, not bad.
How come I'm not seeing the Seattle game? I don't have him on mine.
The Kraken and Columbus should be tonight at 7. Well, actually, it'd be kicking off here in about.
Oh shit! I thought you were talking about. Okay, you said the Phoenix Suns, and then you went over to hockey.
I went to hockey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You were saying Seattle. I'm like, wait a minute, Seattle. Do they have the Supersonics?
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, of course.
No, I know that. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I just don't know why. I was just combing through the basketball. I was just looking at cities.
And I like the Kraken. Tomorrow,
the Kraken. Oh, you like them on the money line, right?
Yeah. If I parlay,
throw it out there.
And I really tomorrow, the 2 games I do like Tampa. I think Tampa beats Buffalo. There's no way I just said it. They're not going to lose to Buffalo again. They kind of got embarrassed by Buffalo the other night, I thought. I mean, they really remember that game, Robin? You watched it. It was 4-1 Buffalo. I mean, really, if it wasn't for Buffalo not being able to keep pucks out of their net, that game shouldn't have went to overtime. And I think the Rangers beat the Bruins tomorrow in Boston. I think Patrick Kane and that. It's at 12. These games are at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Also, by the way, both games 12:30. The Lightning and the Rangers. I like. So,
all right.
That's it, man. What else?
I like it.
So what's going on this weekend? Anything? We're going to have a little snowstorm, supposedly, possibly, maybe.
It's raining like hell right now. I don't know. It rained and then turned to big flakes and slush and sleet. I don't know. It's a shit pile on my back deck right now. The dogs went to go outside, and then they weren't enjoying themselves very much. They came right back in the house.
Western New York March is always messed up.
Oh, yeah.
At least not Thanksgiving. At least till what? St. Patrick's Day?
Probably.
Get past that. All right, Scott, I'll let you go. I know you're busy. I got to figure out what my cat's yelling about.
Busy.
You got your dogs, man. They're going to come get their.
Yeah, I got to go to bed in a couple hours and get up for work.
Oh, yeah, you got to get up tomorrow. Oh, that's right. You're working.
Again.
All right. Let me let you go. All right, Scott, take it easy. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Take care.
See you, Robin.
Hi, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Scott.